Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Daily Life Before I'm Real Bull. So as you can see, it's kind of raining right now. It's kind of raining right now, and the police just showed up. And they pulled up on me. The police went ahead and pulled up on me. And I was like organizing my truck and everything like that, and I have been clearly drinking. Oh! But everything's okay. Everything's okay because they went ahead, they checked me out. I went ahead, gave them my identification. I went ahead, gave them my ID, which is like, I like how I be in those situations because like a lot of black people and like a lot of ignorant people, you know, they freak out. As soon as like a police, like because this big ass squad car went ahead and just pulled up on me, right? But the thing is, I saw them not yesterday, but the day before, when I was headed down to the gym. I saw them in a parking lot, kind of like creeping around, checking on vehicles. So I saw them checking on some vehicles yesterday or the day before. So it's like, I guess that's what they're doing this week or whatever. They're going around and checking the area and making sure that everything's safe, everything's secure. And that kind of clicked with me right now. That kind of clicked inside of my brain of like, oh, that's what they're doing. But when they pulled up on me right now, I was like, oh shit. And you know, they fucking they didn't tell me to get out of the vehicle, but they asked me for ID. So you know, I got out of the vehicle, and which is really nice. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that when, just so you know, in the future, if a cop asks you for your identification, just know that you're not supposed to get out of the vehicle. But as soon as he came up, we automatically had like a vibe. So I got out, I went around, I got my ID, and I handed it to him. And like while he was checking it, the other guy, you know, we were talking and everything like that. He had like his phone. He was checking my ID and everything. But he was basically kind of like, what are you doing? And I showed him. I was just like, well, I live in the back of my truck. My truck wasn't parked like this. I did this for the video. But I showed him the back of my truck. I showed him I live in the back of my truck. And they were super cool with it, and then they left. They left the area. They just went ahead and left right now. And I don't know why people be so mad at police officers. Okay, well, I understand the overall gist of why people are mad at officers, because one in like every million of police officers goes and kills somebody. These police officers are trained. What I'm getting around to is, like, for me personally, I like police officers. Like, I love when we have a meeting. I love when I get to speak to a police officer, because he is like a legitimate superhero. He's like a real superhero. He's like a real superhero. He goes around and he's like a real superhero, bro. Both of them. And I need to take a piss. Hold on. Oh. What do you do for a Klondike bar? You know what I would do for a Klondike bar? Dude, I'd suck a nigga's dick. I'd suck a nigga's dick for a goddamn Klondike bar. Have you ever had a goddamn Klondike bar on a hot day? Which is real nice. I don't know what my fascination is with superheroes, but I want to be a superhero one day. I want to be a superhero one day, bro. And I want to be able to save people. But before you save other people, you gotta save yourself. And right now, I'm in the process of saving myself. And that's to start with step number one. That is the most difficult step, to save yourself. Because to save yourself is to conquer yourself. And, you know, as an animal, as a human being, you look outwards and you say, oh, those are the enemies. But as a human being, you look within and you realize the bad things that you are doing as a human being to... You know, I've been looking at my weight gain. I think that my weight gain, which is, well, it's so very hard. I love making YouTube videos because I get to excavate myself and I get to see what's wrong. Because it's not weight gain. I've always been big. I've always been fat. I was born 10 pounds, 5 ounces. I was born 10 pounds, 5 ounces. You know? And then growing up, I was a morbidly obese. I remember I saw one picture of me. I was so fat. I wish I had the numerical weight for you. But I was standing next to my little brother, and he was so skinny, and I was so fat that it was like, oh my God. Like, I was so fat. I almost looked like an orange. Like, I was so goddamn fat. So I've always been fat, so I guess you can kind of call it weight gain if you wanted to, because there was a point in my life where I got to down to 219 pounds. And if you look at the profile of my YouTube video of me going, you know, like that, it's like that was around the time when I was on medication and when I was skinnier. But now I've swelled up to my, I guess, normal kind of Paul self. But I mean, I do want abs, bro. I do want abs. I just want to be a better version of myself, because say if Superman or Iron Man or Thor was to meet you in person, it's you expect them to be the top level of themselves, and it's they train. They train, they have six packs, they have big arms, so, but it's not that, it's not the look, it's the hard, here it is, it's the hard, difficult work that you're doing every single day that no one's asking of you, but you're doing it every single day. You are preparing You are preparing every single day for the villain or badness that might attack you, or the people who you care about. You need to train every single day to be strong enough that when something attacks you, you are mighty enough to attack and defeat the evil that attacks you, your people, and your village. That's the role of a man. That's why we come to Earth as like a battleground, as like when you go into the army, when you start a boot camp. All life is like a massive boot camp. Why? Why not just relax through the whole thing? And I do believe there's a huge amount of relaxation. But it's a balance. It's raining in California. Who would have thunk it? I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. I shelter myself. I hold myself within. I hold the greatest amount of who I can possibly be inside of my soul, inside of my body, of who I am, of who I know I could be. I hold that in, and I hold that inside of myself, the greatest parts of me, because that's what I got taught. That's what I learned of, like being in an insane asylum and this and that. That's what I got taught. And over the next few years, you will see me emerge. You will see me wake up. You will see me become the best version of myself that I possibly can be, because that's just what has to happen. That's what has to happen for the greater good, for the great of the people, for the great of myself, for the great. I am God. But with that said, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the morning. Goodbye.